Hello, everyone. It is Felicia Bender, the practical numerologist, and we are talking the forecast for February. It is February's forecast if you are in a one personal year. All right, so look in the description box if you're unsure what personal year you're in. If you don't even know what that is, take a look down there. I'm not going to take a lot of time to describe it here. I'm going to jump right in. So, if you're in a one personal year, it is February and it is a three personal month for you. So it is a number three month. And your reflection for February is that this really is the month for you to open to your creative flow and to express yourself. That's what February is all about for you if you're in your one personal year. So communication is your calling card this month. It's an active work related 12 months, traverser of the one personal year. So you gotta be, you're kind of getting your bearings right now after your really your nine personal year, where more than likely you are kind of reeling from some of those shifts and transitions that happened that were pretty significant last year. So right now in the one personal year, getting your career on the front burner is often very much a priority during a one personal year. So really, this is a year, the entire year of new beginnings, and yet that really doesn't mean that you're going to know what those new beginnings are quite yet. You probably don't even really have a clue overall what you're starting, because you're still kind of at the end of those completions and of kind of shutting the door on some of the things that you released last year. So this is a year-long process of choice, of experience, and of intention. So understand that as you go along, because oftentimes people who know a little about numerology, they're like, ooh, one personal year, done with the nine, everything's going to be clear, the gate's going to be open. Well, it's still going to demand that it's still the last year of this 3-year transition cycle for you. So it still has some of those ups and downs. And yet, last month for you was a soft landing into this final year of that 3-year transition cycle that started for you in your 8 personal year. And so I would think you might be a little bit fatigued. I gotta say at this point. So if you're a little tired, a little fatigued, a little exhausted, it's normal at this moment. I just want to validate that for you. And all things considered, really a bit of exhaustion would be in order. Most likely, you're continuing to work through some of the delays that were offered up last month in January for you. And with those delays, maybe a little bit of a feeling of frustration, or maybe just this lingering or sizzling sense of uncertainty as you're moving into this new year. So, part of the lesson here is actually truly to pace yourself and understand that really none of the important work that you're doing this year is going to happen overnight. It's kind of a no duh to say that, but sometimes it helps to hear it. It's not going to happen just with the snap of a finger. It's going to continue to need your initiation, your massaging, and your choices as you go along. So the energy of the one offers amazing supportive energy for all things forward moving, innovative, and outside of the box. And so for this month, what's coming in for you on top of that one energy of your entire year, your monthly energy this month is guided by the number three. This is the vibe for you in February, and the three supports everything creative, emotionally expressive, and thrives on optimism. So the focus this month is on creating inner and outer confidence and on stepping up your communication effectiveness on every level. So when you tap into what lights you up, you will bring whatever you're doing into that next level of expansion. So it steps it up a notch as you bring a reforming energy of I don't know, just fun, playfulness, optimism into whatever the darker crevices might be, however that's maybe showing up for you in the present moment. When I just say darker crevices, I just mean, some things that maybe feel heavy, maybe feel like you're just having to make things happen. Well, why don't you play with it a little bit and see if it's easier, and if you actually get more ideas, and actually if things expand more exponentially when you actually let go of taking it quite so seriously, right? That is a key element for you this month. So, with that said, February supports you to dip into your social or your creative side, to go out with friends a little bit more. Take in a concert, go to the museum, whatever it is that lights you up creatively. This is a time to take the time to do that. This month could very much feel like you're pushing the refresh button after being pushed and after what I want to say is that last month was a little bit of a wonky month. So this is a time where you're going to start feeling like you're gaining traction. That's what I'm trying to say. And you really have the opportunity to see yourself and the world around you through a very different lens right now. It might feel a little brighter and sunnier. All right. The number three is the energy of all things self improvement. So you get kind of the universal golden pass to what? Spiff up your image, right? Get that new haircut, invest in some new clothes that might, I don't know, be a little bit more of the new you, a little more flattering line. I don't know, whatever it is, just spice up the wardrobe, renew your commitment to exercise, eating well. Those sorts of things can really come in to your world more directly this month in February. You may even find a new direction you're interested in pursuing sometime around February 11th. And just a heads up, you will benefit from approaching a possible business situation on February 28th with a little bit of care. So it may develop very differently than you expect. Not bad per se, it's not like it's going to be a disaster. And yet it just might end up to be something different than you're initially counting on. So just a little heads up on that. So you might need to put some of your creative energy to work in order to bring about a termination with some kind of situation. This could be a job, it could be some kind of relationship, or otherwise. Maybe this is something, or potentially, this is something that you've been hovering around anyway. You've most likely realized that this situation really does need to be put to bed, and that you've been waiting for that right moment, right? The right timing. And so right now, that your numerology says this is the right time. So just do it. It could be that someone actually does it for you at this time as well. So you could, and again, it's all within the realm of anticipation and expectation. It's just kind of ripping off that band aid. Okay. So do you feel that maybe that new job or career opportunities, maybe something like that, is slowly opening up or gaining some steam or momentum? Because sometime around February 16th, you may see some possibilities worth pursuing for further growth and development in this area in your life. And what I also want to emphasize is that the energy of the three is the vibe of creative self expression and emotional engagement. So rather than thinking of it as a time of self improvement per se, so to me, self improvement kind of indicates there's something, I don't know, something not quite good enough, that something needs to be improved upon. And so instead of that, you might consider thinking about it as more unearthing or revealing that real and authentic you that's always been there. It's just been covered up by a lot of crap. Right? So now you get to kind of shovel the crap off, or the dirt, or however you want to perceive that, and actually just reveal what's already there, what's already really crying to get out and to be expressed. So in fact, that's I would say I would ask you if you're ready to surprise yourself this year, because the one personal year can be full of incredibly happy surprises when you're open to those new directions and new positions and everything else. So get ready. I hope you're ready for it. So, February invites you to bring your creative juice into the mix in whatever way you can, whether this is work, in your relationship world. Maybe you are a creative and this is something you're working on in your one personal year is, developing a business or doing more of your artistic or creative work, that sort of thing. Great month to really dig in and give yourself all out permission to really focus on that creative output this month. Have some fun, get some enjoyment, lighten it up, be more playful. It just brings in the creativity, and you'd be surprised at how easy things can begin to move when you lighten up and just bring that energy into the mix. So you'll move yourself forward into your year with a lot more clarity when you also leave this space to kind of move with the flow and be more fluid and creative this month in February. All right, so that's your forecast for February 2023, and we'll be back here for March forecasts. And I'll see you there. I hope you have a beautiful and a fantastic month ahead.